Chapter 19, right?
Part 2. Azure Moon. Garland Moon.
What are you gonna do, Claude?
Deer's Plea.
Please don't make us fight.
The Kingdom Army has reclaimed the Kingdom capital and plans to immediately begin restoring the country and its forces. But an unexpected request arrives from Claude, leader of the Leicester Alliance.
Right.
Dimitri
I wonder what
promptly
it'll be.
responds to the request for aid, and he rushes to prepare the Kingdom's forces.
A request for aid. That's better. Is this a support? Or the story? Must be a story.
We have received a request for aid from the Alliance. They are being invaded by the Empire.
Ah, makes sense. Oh, actually, I'm surprised that Edelgard has the resources to launch an invasion into the Alliance right now. I would think she'd be fortifying her defenses in preparation for an invasion by us.
We have only just taken back Ferdiad, and yet I am already asking all of you to move out once more. Please accept my apologies for that.
No problem, Dimitri. I'm all for rescuing Claude.
That's no problem at all. More importantly, how is the Alliance faring?
Well, I don't know, what is Lawrence's father doing?
House Regan has rallied the Alliance lords. They are facing the enemy with all the strength they can muster. But we do not know how far that will get them. It seems the enemy's relentless attacks have forced them into a tough situation.
No kidding.
Their defeat at Gronder severely weakened the Alliance. I imagine the Empire now intends to destroy them before they can recover.
I suppose if they're gonna do it, this would be a good time. Still, I would think they'd be more worried about our counterattack.
To think they'd watch us chase their soldiers out of the Kingdom capital, then immediately go invade the Alliance.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking, Gilbert.
Their general is Lord Volkard von Arundel. He serves as regent to the Emperor.
Do we finally get to face him as Arundel?
He has presumably taken command after the Emperor was wounded in Gronder.
Am I finally gonna find out whether I've been wrong this entire time?
He is known for his shrewdness and excels not only in domestic affairs, but tactics as well. He is not an opponent we should take lightly.
No kidding. Especially since you... I'm fairly confident he's at the very least much closer tied to those who slither in the dark than Edelgard's faction.
Lord Arundel.
Are you concerned? And considering Cornelia is responsible for the tragedy of Dusker, I wouldn't be at all surprised if Lord Arundel had his hand in it as well, since Cornelia was kind of his puppet.
I always suspected that Lord Arundel was behind the tragedy 9 years ago.
Hey, that's kind of what I was just saying.
The timing of his departure from the Kingdom, the fact that he abruptly stopped making donations, too many factors made him suspect.
He was making donations? He's not from the Kingdom, though, right? Why was he in the Kingdom? This isn't something I've forgotten, is it?
If Lord Arundel conspired with Cornelia, then what Kronya and the others said 5 years ago?
Right. Conspired with or commanded. I would lean towards commanded, but,
Well, never mind that for now. The Alliance needs our help. What are your thoughts?
I say we give it.
If we turn our back on the Alliance and then Deirdre falls, it will undoubtedly make our situation difficult further down the road.
We would be fighting a war potentially on two fronts at that point.
We would have enemies in two directions.
Yeah.
In the Alliance to the northeast, and in the Empire to the south.
Yep. Because if Deirdre falls, they'll probably coerce the remaining Alliance lords into fighting for them. Much like a lot of the Kingdom lords were shortly ago.
That is true. In that scenario, we would not be able to safely march our soldiers to Enbar.
Yep.
I am terribly worried about Lady Rhea, but I believe we must save the Alliance first.
I agree, Flane. We secure our southern border while launching a support force east into the Alliance.
Oh, help us out in return.
Yeah, they might be able to offer some support as well. Though just, surviving will be enough.
We could ask them to help
make
us
it worth
attack
it.
the Empire. You know, a sneak attack or something.
I don't think it really counts as a sneak attack when they really are expecting it, but yeah, they could help us attack.
Annie, when did you become so devious?
What would your mother think?
Oh, I like this little moment.
What? It wasn't that devious.
No. It's good tactics is all.
What do you think, Professor?
It's a march for Deirdre.
Yes, I agree. I will admit that there is something to be gained for us as well, for when we eventually march south.
Oh yeah, it is the most sensible option, and no matter how you look at it.
But far more importantly, they need us. We cannot turn our backs on them.
And that. I'm more than happy to support Claude. He holds a special place in my heart, being, the first one I supported.
We will arrange to head out at once. Prepare yourselves, everyone.
I wonder how many more supports we have. I feel like we're running low on them. Let's do a tea party, why not? You're a noble, but you're not pompous either. But, we'll go Crescent Moon Tea. That sounds lovely.
Hey, sorry for the wait, Professor.
It's your birthday, you can, you're allowed to be late.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Wow.
A lot of those snacks look delicious.
Yeah.
So what's on your mind? Your ambitions. Either a gossip or I'm gonna lean towards gossip. For Sylvania. View from the bridge. Or a place you like to visit. I'm gonna say the bridge. Shareable snacks, school days, children, the market. This one I'm not really sure on. Children at the market, perhaps? Shareable snacks.
I
Wonderful.
feel like you can see right through me.
No, you're not transparent. You're rather opaque. Sip tea. These ones I never know.
I see.
Like, what does sip tea mean? I mean, obviously it means you're sipping your tea, but...
Yeah. Wow. Professor, you are... Is it rude to say you're a mysterious person? Because you are. Mysterious.
No, you are. You're correct. It's not rude, I don't think.
In a time like this, not a lot of people can keep their hands clean.
Too true, Sylvain, too true. Enjoying your
Delicious.
tea?
Is something wrong with my face? A bruise on my cheek?
No.
Nah, Professor, everything's fine.
Yeah, your cheek is, clean. It's a lovely cheek. Alright, let's get out of here. Have a happy birthday,
Thank you
Sylvain.
for the treat, Professor. I'd like to do this again sometime.
Oh? Next birthday, maybe. I see another paralogue. The Silver Maiden. Arian Road. The fortress city lies on what was once the border between the kingdom and the empire, and is a valuable strategic asset. Dimitri intends to reclaim it. Huh. I guess we did have one more paralogue. This one is probably the last then. And at least this one is new, unlike some of the others. Oh, Anna's birthday is later this month. Yeah, we don't have a lot of supports. Let's get them going. Sylvain, Dedue and Gilbert.
Ah, hello. Dedue, yes?
That's him.
Finished praying?
I am, yes.
You are two very stoic people.
You have grown much since I saw you last. You're a man now.
He is. It's hard to imagine Dedue as a small child. Maybe a large child, but definitely not small.
You barely know me.
I suppose that's probably true.
True. I suppose we did only meet a handful of times.
I assume that was after the tragedy of Dusker.
As haggard as you look now, you were even worse when I last saw you in the capital.
That's, that must have been quite the sight.
Haggard, eh? True enough.
Yeah, it's a good word for Gilbert.
Still weighed down by the same regret, I see.
I was unable to protect the king. That is the ultimate failure. One I must atone for.
How does Dedue relate to this, I wonder? I mean, his goal... he views his role as protecting Dimitri, right? Serving as his shield. Which was how Gilbert kind of seems to have saw himself. Maybe not to the same degree, but...
If you have the spare time to beg forgiveness, then pick up a lance and train.
That would do nothing to atone for the dead.
It would help make sure you, don't repeat your same mistake. Granted, you shouldn't be using a lance, you're an axeman.
Your prayers are mere self-indulgence.
Damn.
You do not understand.
I think that's the angriest Gilbert has sounded.
No, I do not. Fargus needed you. His Highness needed you.
And you left.
There was no other choice but for me to leave.
There were a lot of choices, Gilbert.
What would you have done if you were in my place? If His Highness had died due to your failures?
If he commanded me to live, then I would live. Otherwise, I would die with him.
Damn. And, we've seen that exact thing, too. Dimitri dies. Dedue carries on his will, and, until he either falls or succeeds in carrying out his wish, his final wish. I don't recall what happens if he survives that battle. I don't remember if they say.
I have nothing left to lose other than His Highness. Home, family, all but that man I have already lost.
Yeah.
You were a knight in service to the king for decades.
I have to wonder how many people... Duskerians? What was the plural for a person from Dusker? How many of Dedue's people yet live, I wonder? I imagine Dedue isn't literally the last person. But...
Not only did you excel in bravery, wisdom, and tactics, but in matters of character, you were an ideal knight. Utterly above reproach.
Wow. Sounds like Dedue actually kind of respected who he was.
That is what His Highness has always said.
Or, apparently Dimitri.
I have only come this far by modeling my conduct after his stories of you.
Wow.
But now...
You're a shell of your former self.
Forget those words spoken by His Highness. I am no different a man than I was before.
I don't know about that, Gilbert.
Beaten down by sin. Alone and weak. I am lost and irredeemable.
I don't know. There are few things that are irredeemable. Let's do Ingrid into do now.
Dedu? Are you okay? You look unwell.
It's just his normal face.
Ingrid. Is my face frightening?
Oh, no. It's stern, but it's different than frightening. Maybe the scars would scare some people, but that's hardly your fault.
What? I mean, or sort of? Or not exactly. I wouldn't use the word frightening. Aggressive, maybe?
Oh, I gotta hear that again.
What? I mean, or sort of? Or not exactly. I wouldn't use the word frightening. Aggressive, maybe?
Way to, very subtle, Ingrid.
But it's really nothing to worry about. Why? Did someone say something cruel?
Sounds like it.
I made a village child cry.
Aw. What did you do? Did you just, look at them?
Oh, I see. Let me guess. You feel like you look frightening, so you walked around with a smile glued to your face.
Ooh, yeah, that would be almost as scary as, Flane's battle cry. Or, Marianne going around saying cheese.
How did you know?
I'm starting to understand how you think. The thing is, forced smiles never work well. They usually just end up making a person look creepy and insincere.
Yeah, Ingrid is quite right there. It's better to have a neutral face, neutral expression than try to force a smile.
I see. Duly noted.
To be honest, when we first met, I was pretty intimidated by you.
I mean, I can't blame anyone. He is a mountain of a man.
Not because of a smile, but a lack of any emotion whatsoever. And you so rarely spoke. I had no idea what to make of you.
Yeah, I suppose that could be intimidating as well.
But that's only because I wasn't making an effort to get to know you.
How you've grown, Ingrid. I like that.
Because you were from Dusker.
Yeah.
As I started to get to know you, to understand your personality, I realized what a fool I'd been.
I like that character growth.
Personality.
Yeah, you have personality.
You may come off intimidating, but underneath that cool exterior is a kind, loyal, and noble person. A really wonderful person.
She's right to do.
In a certain regard, you are one of the knightliest people I know.
He really is. Devoted beyond all belief.
What is it?
Wonderful person.
Yeah. I've said that for a long time now, that you are just a great guy.
This is the first time anyone has ever said a thing like that to me. It is rather awkward.
I can understand that feeling. Being, it can be weird, awkward to, take compliments like that.
It's only awkward if you make it awkward. Which it kind of is, now.
And awkward silence sets in. Both blushing.
Ugh.
That's probably more of an embarrassment blush, though.
Well, let me know if you need anything.
Yes, of course. Same to you, Dedu.
That was lovely. The two supports have been a lot of fun. Ooh. Here, what a one to finish on. But not their final support, thankfully.
Praying, Father?
Seems to be.
Yes, praying is all I can do.
It's simply not true, Gilbert.
For I am at fault for each death upon the cursed plain of Dusker.
And that is hardly true as well.
You keep saying it's your fault, Father, but you're wrong.
Yep, listen to your daughter.
His Highness doesn't blame you. Neither does King Lambert, I'm sure of it.
Aw,
But I guess that's not the issue for you, is it?
doesn't seem to be.
It was my duty to protect the royal family. I should have given my life to protect the king. Even if His Highness has forgiven me, my knightly vows are still broken.
I don't know. I imagine you would have. Did you break your vows out of cowardice? Did you, neglect your duty, or were you just... It was a matter of circumstance. You just weren't there at the time, due to matters outside of your control.
My knighthood is lost.
That's obvious from looking at you, Father. I think Mother understood it as well.
Aw.
But before fleeing the country, I wish you had thought about your family. If only for a moment.
Yeah. If only.
Even if the whole world had condemned you, we would always have been your allies.
Oh, Annette.
I'm sorry, Annette.
No, I told you before. I don't particularly want you to apologize.
Annette,
Yes, Father?
take this.
Oh?
A bundle of letters. There are so many.
Are these letters you wrote that you, never managed to, allow yourself to send?
Look inside and you will understand. Should the contents make you sad, please burn them.
Father! For the love of...
Oh.
He's done it again. But what have we here?
Oh.
Just as I thought. Letters for me and Mother.
Yep.
So many. But why? And how?
Because he wanted to make contact, but apparently didn't think he should. A foolish mistake, but sad and tragic.
I suppose I'll have to read them if I hope to find my answers.
Yep. Take a journey through a man's grief, I suppose. Wow. What a note to end on. Let's go explore.
Professor!
Hello, Abysskeeper.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report.
Yeah?
I hear Deirdre is our next objective. Small world. That's actually where I grew up. It's a great place.
Really? Well, that's cool. Yeah, now that you mention, I wonder if it's going to be that same map. The one that we used the last time we went to Deirdre, and it was the same map that was used for the Merchant Paralog. Merchants being invaded by the fake Almirans. The stakes are too damn high.
It's happened. The Alliance is now little more than a battlefield. I guess that was inevitable.
I mean, yeah, all of Faerun is a battlefield.
So far, Albrecht territory has remained unscathed, but that will last forever.
Well, hopefully we can help out. We'll win this for the Alliance as well.
I see that Arundel guy? I'm gonna knock him flat.
I would love to see that.
But we have to go in prepared. If we lose this, we lose everything. The stakes are too damn high.
Yeah, well, that's war. Also, did I say Faerun? That's wrong. That Fodlan. Different game. Different world. Hey there, you two.
So, the king who came back from hell, defeated the tyrants, and liberated the people.
That's a swell way to put it. Came back from hell, became a tyrant, or no, became a tyrant, came back from hell, defeated a tyrant, and liberated the people.
It's like something out of a poetic saga. At least those in need will see it as such.
I am sure stories will be written. He'll take his place next to Lug in history. You think so? How do you see it?
It isn't like the poor need some lofty air basking in glory. What they need is someone who can ease their woes, keep them fed, things like that.
Yeah. I think food is usually the first thing on people's minds, especially when it's one of the things that are lacking.
How they view such a king all depends on his ability to provide for them. All things considered, I imagine Dimitri will do a fine job at it.
I think so too. I think he'll be a fine ruler, now that he's refound his sanity.
People have always fought, I guess. Bandits and nobles clashing over territory, things like that.
Yeah?
So before the war, when folks talked about how peaceful everything was, I thought, what continent are you living on? I get it now. A few isolated skirmishes here and there are nothing compared to a full-blown war.
That is so true.
And one truly peaceful place I've known was the village where I grew up.
It would be lovely to go back there. To see that village. Do you even know where it is? I forget. And how are you holding up after facing Cornelia? Must have been, I'm sure it brought back many emotions. Having to face her again.
Professor!
Hey there.
I was most relieved to hear that no one at the School of Sorcery was harmed.
That's good.
They are capable people who bear Fodlan's future on their shoulders. We can afford to lose none of them.
I'm sure that's actually pretty true. It's good that Ferdiad is ours once again.
Yes, the future of magic is bright. Though it would be brighter if my own house's future was guaranteed.
We'll get there, Constance, don't worry.
The Alliance is next on our agenda, yes? Watch carefully for my dazzling spellcraft.
I've always loved her voice actress. Does a great job with that, I don't know. The word I'm looking for is haughtiness, I suppose.
So, the army runs you ragged, marches you from place to place, prodding you to fight.
Yeah?
They promised me 3 meals a day. They'd have to give a lot more than that to get me to sign on.
I mean, 3 meals a day, and some amount of pay as well.
I'd rather starve down here than deal with that.
Damn. Ash, what are you doing in your room? I never see you in here.
The very same night we liberated the capital, a messenger arrived from Deirdre.
Right? You don't think it's a trap, do you?
Claude must have predicted that we'd retake it.
Yeah, I could see Claude predicting that. Definitely.
Claude's a hard person to read.
Yeah, on the one hand, yes. But that's also what kind of makes him easy to read.
It's obvious not much escapes his eye, though. Kind of unsettling, honestly.
He's a very shrewd politician, for sure.
Let's see.
Hey there.
So war finally comes to the Alliance territories.
Yep. Is your family safe?
I don't mean that there's never been fighting on Alliance soil, of course. There have been countless skirmishes between neighboring lords, as well as conflicts with Almyra.
Oh, yeah.
But this is an invasion by an army of the Empire. It's a whole different animal. I don't want to see my family get dragged into this. I hope we can drive back the Empire.
As do I, Ignatz. And hopefully your family can retreat to safety, if necessary. Bernie, how are you doing?
Claude. Which one was he again? Oh, right. Yeah, of course I remember him.
Do you, Bernie?
It's just, I can't picture his face. Don't remember what he looks like. I'm not sure if I ever knew.
Well, you might have never really seen him, being, spending most of your time in your room as you do. Though, actually, probably did. So I need, Lance in order to promote Byleth. Hey, Shamir. What are all these cats doing here? Waiting for handouts?
Claude, eh? He always was sharp among his peers.
Yes, he was.
Never let himself get caught up in conventions. Oh, he wasn't typical in Fodlan.
Nope. But there's a reason for that, perhaps.
I'd like to save him if we can.
Aw. Look at Shamir. Getting all sentimental. We'll make it in time.
I know. And I'm sure he's already calculated exactly when that will be.
Yeah. That does sound like him.
A hungry hero is no better than a well-fed soldier.
Sure.
You know that saying?
No.
No? That's because I just made it up.
A hungry hero is no better than a well-fed soldier.
If you're hungry, you're never going to be at full strength. Keep your belly full and stay strong.
I don't think that's a very good saying. It doesn't really get across the idea that... I mean, a well-fed soldier is at peak strength in that situation. Keep refining it. Get back to me on that one. Hey, you two. How you doing? I went to see my adoptive father. Oh, the one who's trying to marry you off.
I went to visit my adoptive father at his home in the capital.
Yeah, how did that go?
He used to grovel at Cornelia's feet when the city was under her control.
Bastard.
But after it was liberated, he started courting the kingdom instead.
So, well, it's not exactly that surprising. He is a quintessential opportunist. Whatever it takes to get ahead. That's despicable. I don't know what you'd prefer. We'll go despicable.
Absolutely. He's hopeless.
Yeah.
I suppose when you're a merchant, that's all you know.
Yep.
No matter what becomes of the world, it'll always be plagued by people like him.
Oh, you know, you're old enough where I think you can basically get out from under his thumb, right? Though I think I guess he sort of has your mother, well, not quite literally, effectively hostage.
Deirdre, huh? I've always wanted to go there. In Fargus, most of the towns are pretty much glorified fortresses.
Yeah?
So, to hear about a place called the Aquatic Capital, it just sounds so elegant.
It is a really cool title. It's unfortunate that we don't get a really uniquely designed city.
When the war's over, I hope I can visit with everyone there.
It would have been really cool if they had put like a lot of effort into the aesthetics of the maps. Just went all out.
Deirdre in Fargus, so when the war...
What's up, merchant?
It'll take a little while yet for the capital to be restored to its former glory.
Yeah.
But it's not dead yet.
Doesn't matter how many times you put the people of Ferdiad down. They'll get right back up again. Just you watch. Before long, things will be back to how they were.
I'm looking forward to it. We'll need resilient people to get through the aftermath of this war.
What do you think? If you travel east from the Alliance and cross Fodlan's throat, you enter the land of Almyra.
Right. What about it?
House Goneril's territory touches the eastern border of the Alliance. They also have Lord Holst, the most valiant warrior in the Alliance.
Yep. And Hilda's big brother.
Tasked with keeping watch over the Almyrans' movements, he rarely leaves Goneril territory.
Yep.
The Alliance leader is too demanding and the prince is too soft-hearted, don't you think?
I prefer soft-hearted Dimitri over hard-hearted Dimitri, that's for sure.
They spilled much of each other's blood at Gronder. I lost a lot of friends to the Alliance.
Well.
Sorry, I shouldn't complain. I know this is tactically sound.
Yes. I agree that was a situation that shouldn't have been.
Everyone seems on board with it, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't have any misgivings.
I wonder if the Alliance is going to submit to the kingdom. In every route so far, it's resulted in the unification of Fodlan under one rule.
That's right.
Hey, Caspar.
Didn't they used to call Claude the Master Tactician?
Yeah.
I want a nickname too.
Caspar.
Maybe I'll get one if I can rescue him at Deirdre.
What would be a good nickname for Caspar? Well, we'll have to think on that one.
I'll come up with a plan that's even better than his and earn a nickname for sure.
Yeah, I can't really think of a good one for you right now. Fists of Fury Claw or Caspar. Nah, it's not very creative or good. Hey, Marianne.
I'm glad Dimitri and Claude don't have to fight one another.
Oh, so same here, Marianne.
I am the daughter of an Alliance Lord, though, so I suppose that goes without saying.
How is Lord Edmund? Is he doing all right?
Having to fight with your former classmates is just so terribly
I've
sad.
never really gotten your opinions on your adoptive father. From what I can tell, he doesn't sound like a bad, especially compared to some of the other adoptive fathers in this. Of some of your classmates, he sounds like he's one of the better ones at the very least. We never really learned much about him. What do we got over here? Oh, Leonie. Deirdre is next.
Guess this doesn't end with liberating the kingdom capital. Deirdre is next.
Of course not. What, do people actually think we're just gonna stop at Ferdiad?
That prince really works his people hard, doesn't he? Or should I be calling him a king now?
I think he is well, we haven't really had a ceremony. Puppy! On a bench. He is effectively king.
Whatever the title is, he'll always be Dimitri to me.
Nice.
This experience.
It is critical. Just, because I need it to be like, I don't know, maybe B rank in order to promote. Eloise and Catherine.
We're still searching for Lady Rhea. No news on that, I'm afraid.
Worry not, Catherine. I'm sure she'll be fine.
Lord Arundel, the Emperor's uncle, is the regent of the Empire.
Yeah?
If we crush them at Deirdre, maybe we'll capture him and wring some clues out of him.
The fact that we're actually going to face him for the first time as Lord Arundel, I'm not sure. I'm really not.
I
was getting excited for our big Empire showdown. I spent so much time mentally preparing.
Poor Eloise.
Then we shifted focus to Deirdre. I hadn't been expecting that. But, as a knight who's sworn to serve the goddess, I cannot turn a blind ear to those who seek my aid.
A blind eye, Eloise, a blind eye. But yeah, will this be the first route where we don't go to the Snake City?
Hi.
Oh, hey, Sylvain.
About Deirdre, the aquatic capital. I've heard it's a magnificent city, you know?
Yeah.
If we're going, I wish it wasn't to wage war. It'd be more fun to visit with a cute girl on my arm.
Well, I'm sure there'll be plenty of cute girls with you on the trip there, but not on your arm. Maybe once the war is over.
Yeah? Maybe you and me? That'd be a good reason to survive the war.
Nope, sorry, I have other plans on that front.
What the?
I mean, Annette is very cute and she'll be with us. So there's one. Hey, Dedue.
Lord Rodrigue Fraldarius has passed on.
Yeah?
Margrave Gautier has assumed his position and is now gathering the lords of the Eastern Territories.
Ah. Good.
House Gautier is equal in prestige to House Fraldarius. Sylvain is a Gautier.
Yeah, I know.
These lords are reorganizing the Fargus army and eradicating any remaining factions that claim allegiance to the Empire.
Good. We'll need to purge any elements that aren't, that might be seditious or treasonous.
Of course, His Highness is being kept apprised with regular reports. But it falls to me to monitor him and ensure he does not try to take on too much.
Good. It's a very, very good thing he has you with him to do.
I would ask you to do the same. If you take your eyes off that man, even for a moment, he is liable to do something rash.
Yeah. We can be a little more lenient now, but for sure.
It was over 20 years ago. There was an illness raging across Ferdiad.
Yeah?
While people were dying left and right, it was Cornelia who saved the kingdom from that dreadful illness.
Really? It wasn't an illness they caused, was it? Cornelia was a doctor?
No, I hear she was originally an imperial scholar. She was in the kingdom by my father's invitation.
Oof.
People praised Cornelia as a saint for ending the epidemic.
Cornelia is far from a saint. But interesting. I kind of have to wonder if this was a situation, though, of, a manufactured situation by the Garthians in order to install Cornelia into that position of trust.
But there came a day when she completely changed. Her behavior, mannerisms, likes, dislikes, everything.
Huh. I wonder if perhaps this is another situation, another Monica situation, where the real Cornelia was replaced by an Agarthian. I could certainly believe that happening.
Despite all that, Father still appointed her to a high post. After all, she had saved the kingdom from ruin by that disease.
Yeah.
But above all, my stepmother trusted her.
Oof.
That's why what that woman said is... never mind.
I'm interested, Dimitri. Very interested. Hey, Raphael. Yeah, I wonder how Claude's been as well.
We're gonna go help Claude? I haven't seen him in forever. Wonder how he's been.
Well, we almost killed him, so that wasn't good. But it seems he's recovered. That is good.
I chose this side because I believe in you, Professor. But it's not like I got anything against Claude.
No, I don't blame you. I don't have anything against Claude either. Were you close? What was he like?
Well, he loved parties. And he was full of some pretty good jokes.
Yeah, Claude was very charismatic.
I got no clue what'll happen to the Alliance. But I sure hope Claude doesn't die.
That has been my ongoing hope in every route outside of the Golden Dare, is that Claude doesn't die in this route. It seems that's actually come true in basically all the routes so far. Optionally in the Black Eagles, of course, but still. Gatekeeper, how's it going?
Professor? Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report.
Good, of course.
Deirdre is known as the aquatic capital.
Right, because it's a port town.
It's a beautiful town with streets that seem to float on the water and an impressive harbor.
I wonder if it was, if it's supposed to be similar to Venice.
In times of peace, it would be a wonderful place for a holiday. Anyway, best of luck in the next battle.
Thank you, Gatekeeper. And best of luck with the gatekeeping. Hilda.
That reminds me. We took Ferdiad back, but I never found the time to go shopping there.
Well, tell you what. After this war's over, you and me, we're going on a trip.
When the war's over and the city is revitalized, I'd like to visit again.
Like I said.
Will you come with me, Professor?
Hey. It's a... What go figure. Alright.
Really? Oh, I'm so glad. Although, I suppose we have bigger things on our plate, like...
Well, like I said, after the war's over.
Claude. He's in big trouble. I bet my family is too.
Yeah, don't worry, Hilda, we'll save them. We'll do everything we can.
We have to help them, Professor. I know we can't lose with you on our side.
And we definitely can't lose with you on our side. You're one of the strongest people we have. Best frontline fighter. Okay, maybe not quite the best, but you're up there. How many Master Seals did I need? 3? Byleth to do. Hilda. Wait, didn't I already get Hilda? No, I got Gilbert. So that's 3. We have so much money now that I actually sold all our bullion and excess weapons. We need to buy all of this stuff.
Is that the one?
And by need to, I mean I want to.
Is that the one? Is that the one? Thanks. Is that...
Hey! We can't actually join you on the battlefield, but rest assured that we're there in spirit.
Oh, well, thank you.
We're doing everything we can to support the army, so give it your all out there.
We will do our best. We'll keep you safe.
Hey there.
Well, we just spent like 50,000 gold on restorations. And upgrades for forging. We have money to spare, though. We've been without Lady Rhea for more than 5 years. Every time the sun rises, I feel a little more accustomed to her absence. I hate it. I know she's still alive. She must be. That's Catherine. Don't worry, we'll find her and rescue her. Yeah, she just needed reassurance. I mean, it's been so long.
So, listen.
Judith. You know Judith?
I heard that Deirdre is under attack. I hope Judith is all right.
Yeah. I would hope so too. Judith is really nice.
She may be the hero of Daphne, but facing the might of the Empire...
She's cool. I like Judith. It's a shame we never got to use her.
I wish there was something more I could do. But I can only pray and hope.
Yeah. Well, we'll do what we can. For sure. Hey, Dorothea.
Dimitri is going to Claude's aid. How great is that?
Pretty great.
It's like we've gone back to how things were 5 years ago. It's so nice.
Please don't talk like that. It makes me worried something's bad's gonna happen.
Just imagine if 80 was there too.
Oh. Oh, now I'm sad again.
I suppose you can't ever really go back to the way things were in the past.
80. L. Edelgard. If only. God. If only. What are you doing in here, Felix? I saw your picture. Oh, wrong area. What are you doing out here, Felix? Up in Lady Rhea's personal probably takeoff platform for when she's a dragon.
My uncle gave me some of my father's belongings. Weapons, books.
How you taking this?
But there was something else that my old man really wanted to pass down.
Yeah?
He wanted me to inherit his mission, ensuring that Dimitri ascends the throne.
Yeah. So, how about it?
Or so I believe.
Will you be taking up that mission? Well, think it over. I suppose he kind of already is. It's just our job now to make sure he keeps his throne. You in here, Seteth? No, it's Manuela.
What do you think? Remember the Death Knight who stabbed
Yeah.
you 5 years ago? Of course you do. How could you forget?
Yeah. Emil is, he leaves an impression.
Well, it turns out he's a general in the Imperial Army, claiming victories on dozens of battlefields.
I can believe that. Yeah, he is, quite the fighter.
But it looks like he's not at Deirdre. Like every man in my life, he's run away from me.
Probably for the best, Manuela. I don't think you can take him. I'm sorry to say.
And he better run. One day I'm gonna find that guy and pay him back for what he did to me.
Well, one of these days we will meet again, presumably still at Enbar. I don't think we're gonna get that one fortress that gets javelined in this route. At least it's not looking like it. Unless this route just has that many more chapters than all the other routes. Which I suppose is possible. I would love to get to S+ so I can get the no flying effect thing for Byleth as well, but I don't think I'll be able to manage it. It's quite a ways away.
What do you think?
Speaking of which,
How you doing, Gilbert?
with the capital recaptured, I desire to call him Your Majesty rather than Your Highness.
Well, go for it.
He would refuse my desire, rightfully pointing out that he has not as yet been crowned.
Yeah, he isn't officially king, but he's effectively king.
However, the day this war is ended and the church has placed the crown upon his head, then he will truly be our king, and I will call him Your Majesty at last.
Will you finally be able to forgive yourself when that happens?
I must go hear the reports from our spies. There is something worrying me, and no, it can wait.
No. There's something like that. You better go.
I shall tell you more when our information is more concrete.
Oh, that's what you mean. How you two doing? You know, I'm strongly considering a future with you, Seteth. We can adopt Flane. It'd be lovely. We'd be one happy family. What do you think? It's either you or probably Dimitri, but I have other people I want to see Dimitri with. That's a decision we'll have to make relatively soon, too. Let's start with Flane.
You plan to aid Claude, do you not? Huh. I think that is absolutely marvelous.
Thank you. I think it's marvelous, too.
Being opposing forces at the Battle of Gronder was ill-fated.
It really was.
It hurt to side against him. I am happy that things have taken a brighter turn now.
You and me are of the same mind, Flane.
I thought there was a chance that Cornelia had captured Lady Rhea, but it seems that is not the case.
Nope.
Our next foe, Lord Arundel, was once a pious adherent to the Saros Creed.
Really?
His contributions to the church stopped quite abruptly some time ago. I think it is likely the man knows something.
Yeah, there's... That means he wasn't... It wouldn't make sense if he was, so he almost... Assuming that he is, the whole Talon thing, that would mean if, in this case, that the real Lord Arundel was replaced by him, which would make sense since he is Edelgard's uncle after all. But there is still the possibility that I'm just completely wrong about him. And he is just working with the Agarthians for whatever reason. Kind of wonder. I've never got an S+ in authority. I wonder what it gets you. Henman? What are you doing in the corner?
Cornelia Arnhem. That's a familiar name, yes. She once studied in the Empire.
Yeah, I suppose if what, I'm forgetting who said it already, but if what they said was true about the plague and things, and her being an Imperial scholar, you would probably have known her.
My
at least known of her.
Is, shortly after I left the Empire, she did as well.
Interesting.
Unlike myself, Cornelia traveled to the kingdom. Apparently, she halted a plague and was rewarded with a quite powerful appointment.
Right.
That such an outstanding researcher should fall to such depravity. Sickening, Professor. And quite sad.
Yeah, maybe. If it's the same Cornelia. Like I said, I don't think we'll ever really know for sure. I don't think that's something they'll explicitly state. Leave it up to our own imaginations.
Even if we do enter Alliance territory, we're not gonna find Lady Rhea there.
True.
I wish we could leave Claude be and go attack the Empire.
Now, Cyril. I'll have none of that.
I suppose if we can't beat the Empire forces here, then we can't get into the Empire lands, can we?
I mean, we could always go south through Kingdom territory now, but...
I guess that just means it's hard work time, huh,
I have no idea what that front is like at the moment. It could be awful for all I know.
Really?
Hello there.
What you doing?
Using the Great Bridge of Myrddin as a base, we'll spread out and cover as much ground as possible in our search for her grace.
A reasonable plan, though I kind of already know where she is. And you're not going to find her.
The information we've gathered, the most suspicious location is definitely the Imperial
There you go.
The Hrim territory, whose leader is a mere puppet, and the Ire territory, whose leader was deposed and disappeared.
Well, I mean... Yeah, it wasn't Hrim territory. The leader of Hrim territory, though, the same as the leader of the Ire territory.
The Empire has a lot of places
Ferdinand's
with suspicious
father.
happenings. It's certainly worth investigating.
Yeah.
but it won't do to take too much time in relieving the Alliance army. Please, hurry.
The best I can do is end of the month. Lysithia and Ingrid, how are you two? Lysithia?
The pro-imperialist lords who have let the Empire in have their hands tied.
Yeah?
Houses Ordelia and Gloucester are exposed and likely caught off guard.
Right.
That must mean that Claude's allies are...
What? House Goneril, Margrave Edmund. I mean, Count Daphne for sure.
Without a doubt, she is providing reinforcements. She has always supported
Yeah,
Claude.
imagine Goneril is on his side as well, though. And I don't know Margrave Edmund, though.
Whatever the situation, Claude's military strength is lacking. And what's more, they suffered casualties at Gronder Field.
Yeah.
I don't know how long the Alliance forces will be able to hold out against the Empire. We've got to move quickly, or we may be too late.
We will, Lysithia. We certainly will. Worry not. We'll save your house, your family.
So House Regan has regained its influence in the Alliance and is gathering forces.
Yeah.
Claude always was somewhat inscrutable.
Yeah, that's Claude. He's great.
It's strange somehow to hear talk of his brilliance as the leader of the Alliance.
Why? He is brilliant. He's great.
Hello there.
Oh, with that, we are, finished here. Alright, begin training for the week.
I'd like you to explain something.
Sure thing to do. Soldiers have been unhappy with the food lately, and the complaints have been bad for morale. What should we do? Hold cooking classes? Maybe. Higher quality ingredients, perhaps. Hold cooking classes, sure.
Understood.
You should teach.
Professor.
Hey, Ignatz. A physique like mine isn't suited to combat in close quarters, so I think I can be most helpful by using a bow. Let's hope I don't ever lose my glasses. Oh, jinkies, my glasses. I can't see without my glasses. Yeah, sure. Manuela. Sure. I'll speak with her.
Professor, a pleasure to see
And you, Manuela. Are you praying?
I've never been very good at praying. I was here to confess my foolishness.
About what? This is more, love troubles?
While I'm at it, may I confess something to you too?
Of course. Go ahead, no need to ask.
I realize what a burden I've been. On you, I mean.
Hardly.
After every breakup, I neglect my work, and I know how that affects you. I'm completely worthless as a woman. Can you imagine how that
You're not worthless, Manuela.
Oh, I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. I just know it. You think so too, don't you?
There's someone out there for everybody, I think. Yes. Alright. I have to know. I've probably always done no. I gotta know what happens if you say yes.
That's terrible to say. But if that's how you see it, maybe there is no hope for me.
Damn. And I feel bad.
What's wrong with me? It's not my looks. I'm still gorgeous. Or am I? Be honest. Do I look old? No, not possible.
If I'm honest, I would say you look upper 30s.
I'm the songstress who swept the Empire off its feet. Men profess their love for me hourly. It can't be my looks.
You look just fine.
You're right. Although, just fine is a bit... Well, it's better to be attractive than just fine.
Sure.
Oh no. If the problem isn't my looks, and they are not the problem, then it must be... what? My personality?
There are a multitude of factors, probably, Manuela. Your personality is fine. That look on Violet's face.
A girl can tell a lie when she hears one. You think there's a problem, don't you?
Not many people are willing to put up with what's the word I'm looking for? A mess. Someone who's messy.
I suppose I can be a bit unkempt.
That's a good word for it. Yeah, unkempt. So it goes beyond that from what we've seen.
I do have a short temper, and I may be a little lazy, sometimes. But I've always heard fellas, you know, like a woman with a few flaws.
A few flaws is... sure. But, you know, not a, you don't want to ride in a boat with, a few major holes in it. Those are a few flaws.
Seems to me there are plenty of flawed girls who have landed themselves a good man. So maybe my trouble is I'm not imperfect enough. Do you think I could use a few more flaws?
No.
Why? Do you think I'm flawed enough already?
I think we need to have a tough one-on-one, Manuel, if you're serious about this. A heart-to-heart. Anna! I'll give you some flowers, why not?
Thanks a million.
I suppose I will report.
Wonderful. Alright. Bunch of skill ups.
Now is the time to mess.
Could be useful.
Nice. That means you got your lance, which means you might be able to promote now.
Hopefully this proves useful.
Always something new to learn.
Nice. Not as useful for you, but still.
I'm getting it.
Can't wait to get back out there.
Great. In fact, let's see right now. Byleth, let me double check what it is you need exactly still. Right, you need to get your lance up a little more. Hilda is ready to go. Actually, she might have already been good enough, and I just didn't have the enough master seals. What do you get? Nice.
Ah, shucks. I guess I did.
Guess you did. Wonderful. So now it's just, Dedu, who needs brawling, of course, still, I think, right? Yeah. And, Byleth, who needs more lance. Uh-oh, we have a head chef's challenge. Unknown ingredients, who should we subject? Let's put Annette in her father.
The food tastes great
Oh, good.
today, but my father can cook very well
Can
too.
you now?
I certainly know the basics of cooking. Please allow me to treat you
Aw,
next time.
we're all getting along a little better, aren't we? It was sufficient for him, but he didn't find it extra delicious. Alright, Ferdinand, before we go to the tournament, what's up?
I have been wondering something.
Yeah?
If I had not been your student, where would I be right now? Who would
You would be dead right now on the Great Bridge of Mirrodin.
Do you ever think about that sort of thing, Professor?
Sometimes, but I kind of already know. At this point, I've seen all alternate routes of history in this world. Like what if I had led a different class?
Ah, so you do think about such questions. You can never find answers, though, right?
Well.
We cannot turn back time, so there is no way to go back and try a different
Very
path.
on the nose, game. Very on the nose. It's a brawling tournament, huh? I think Dimitri's probably still the best for this. Dimitri's always the best for this. Look at that. It's insane. I mean, he is the guy who crushed people's skulls with his bare hands.
I won't stop.
God damn.
It is done.
Might as well heal. Especially with that 18% crit chance. Yikes.
Take me if you must.
I don't like crit chances that high. A little better. Goodbye.
I swear it wasn't in
At least
vain.
you didn't have to suffer his true hand-to-hand wrath, like certain Empire people did. Hey, Hilda. Lugging a big ol' axe into battle is so much work. Why bother when an animal friend with cute wings can just carry me and my axe wherever we want to go? So let's train up my axe and flying skills, okay? You're already doing that, Hilda. Silly. Keep focus on, you don't need much more flying since you're not going to get to S+. So keep going for axe instead.
The skill
Nice.
will serve me well in the future.
Nice.
How best to use this skill? I'm finding my focus.
You know, let's try now. 75% is pretty high. Yay. Now I don't have to worry about more lance, which I don't use anyways.
Set my sights higher.
Wonderful. Hey, Ferdinand. A noble must know how to ride a horse, to be certain, and should know how to wield a lance, as that is the most obvious weapon of choice for a rider. As a noble among nobles, it seems natural that I focus on those two skills. Sure. That's what you wish. Oh, nice. Good job, you two. Bunch of skills.
War is an effective
nice.
teacher.
I
Nice.
still need to improve.
Let's put it to the test.
Perhaps I'll expand.
It's all
A lot
instinct.
of great stuff today. All right. What's the dude looking like here? Now that his brawling's a little higher, 70%. Go for it. Yes. Nice.
I passed.
Wonderful. Good job, do. And that is all our master classes completed. Suggest level 41. Perhaps we should put this one off. Just a little bit. I don't think we're all quite there yet. Yeah. Not even Byleth is our highest, and she's not even there yet. Yeah, we should put that off. Here we are. Time for the mission, Saving Deirdre. Shortly after reclaiming the kingdom capital, a request for aid arrives from Claude. To save the Alliance from ruin, you must you head to Deirdre, the aquatic capital.